Over. I just want to kind of open up with talking about who I am, why I'm here, why I'm doing this, and what this patch has done for me, my family, a lot of my friends. I'm sitting here tonight because I'm an athlete or ex-athlete, I should say, and I've endured a lot of pain, a lot of injuries, and my friends and I have been talking about this for several years, and finally, I started learning about stem cells through Tony Robbins's book Life Force. I researched, I went down to Panama, went down to Mexico, and all the information that I got was it could work, it might not work, it's really expensive, your body could reject it. And I never pulled the trigger. And a friend of mine called me up and said he found the solution. He was also a quarterback for Navy University. And I was like, do tell, I'm excited. And so he's like, hey, I found this patch and it's amazing. I'm able to play soccer with my kids. I'm able to play basketball and tennis with my kids, and my knee pain is gone, my elbow pain is gone. And so I was like, "What? What did you do? Did you go down to Panama or Mexico?" And he was like, "No, no, no. There's a patch." And I'm like, "Man, there's no patch that can give you stem cells." Like, dude, I mean, I've researched this. Like, that's snake oil. That's bullcrap. Like that's not possible. Excuse me. And he said, "Hold on, my assistant's texting me. Let me just make sure." Yeah. So he said, just try it. And I was like, man, listen, I'm like, I know BS when I hear BS. And he was like, dude, just get the patch and just try it. And then, after 30 days, it's a money back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, then just send it back. And so I was like, if I do this, can I get you off the phone? Because I'm on vacation with my family. My wife's staring at me right now. I know I'm going to be dealing with, her chirping at me if I don't hang this phone up. So if I say yes, will you hang up? He's like, yes. So I ordered it. I get home, it's on my desk, and I, pull it out, and it looks like this. It's just a quarter size patch, like a Band-Aid, and it has little crystals on the other side of this. And I pulled it out. I pulled my phone out. I FaceTimed him. I held it up in front of my phone. I said, bro, like, who sold you a bill of goods? Like, this thing is not going to do anything to anybody. Like, I cannot believe that you believe that this patch is going to do something. And he said, will you just put it on? And I said, bro, I'll put it on, but it's not going to do anything. Like, I can't believe, like, you're a smart dude. I can't believe someone convinced you that this patch could do anything. And so I said, where do I wear it? And he said, you could wear it either on the back of your neck or below your belly button. And he was like, it doesn't really matter. You can wear it wherever you want, but, choose one of those spots. So I was like, you know what? I've been waking up to go to the bathroom for 3.5 years in the middle of the night because the doctor said my prostate's enlarged a little bit. I'll put it near my prostate. And so I put it under my belly button. And the first night in 3.5 years, I didn't wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, which for me was amazing because I track my sleep. And for me, when my brain wakes up and I have to go to the bathroom, me going right back to sleep when I was 30 years old is not going to happen. So I would sit there for an hour, hour and a half, toss and turn. And so I was like, this is pretty amazing. I was like, but maybe I didn't drink enough water yesterday. So I called him up and I said, I didn't go to the bathroom, but I think I'm dehydrated, so don't get excited. And so I put it on the next day. Didn't wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And so I started wearing the patch around July 3rd of 2024, and I have not woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom since I've been wearing this patch. So that was amazing. But the next amazing thing that I noticed was around 3 days in, I started noticing this energy and mental clarity that I've never had in my life. I've been pretty driven and pretty motivated, but I just felt something different. And so I told my wife, and she was like, it's a placebo effect. And I was like, well, I'll take it. If it's a placebo effect, I'm going to wear it. If I've got to wear five of these to get this effect, I'll wear five every day because I feel amazing. And so around the fourth day, she, was like, well, maybe I should wear it. And so I finally convinced her to put it on. And after the first day, she comes in, taps me on my shoulder at 2 o'clock in the morning, which she never makes it past like 9:30 p.m. ever at night because she is knocked out. And she was in her office working. And she taps me on the shoulder. She's like, babe, I can't wear this thing. It gives me too much energy. And I was like, babe, did you hear what you just said? Like, do you know how many people take Adderall, that take stimulants, that drink energy drinks, that drink 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day to get more energy, and you're telling me you can't wear it because it gives you too much energy. She's like, you're right. You're right. I love this thing. And so then about 2 months in, all the pain that I used to complain about in my knee, in my shoulder, in my elbow vanished. And the crazy thing is I didn't even realize it until my wife pointed it out to me. She's like, "How's your knee feeling?" And I was like, "You know what? I It doesn't hurt." She was like, "I know, because you complain about it every day, and I've had to hear it every single day about the pain you have." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's vanished." And then we went to a conference, and this young lady comes up to me and she's crying, shaking. She was like, "Oh my God, you changed my life. You changed my life." And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, "That's a little dramatic. Like, how in the world have I changed your life?" And she was like, "Well, the fact that you said yes to this patch and you started talking about it on your social media, and another guy got it from you, he started talking about it on his social media, and I know him. I started following him because of you. I got the patch for my two 3-year-old twins." And I was like, "Why? Why'd you get it for your 3-year-old twins?" He's like, "Well, one of them has severe autism and he's doesn't communicate. He doesn't really function. He just sits there and doesn't like do anything. And now he's doing art, he's singing, he's playing with his little brother. Like he's a little boy that I don't even recognize." And I was like, "Wow, that is amazing." And the husband was standing right there and he said, "Listen, that's not the most amazing part." He was like, "Our other 3-year-old twin has never eaten food in his life. He's been on a feeding tube." And I was like, "No way." And the mom pulls out her phone and pulls up a video of them feeding her son, the 3-year-old, with a feeding tube in his belly. And I was like, that is just awful. I'm just, like, I hate to say this. I was like, I just feel so blessed to have healthy kids. Like, hearing your story just has made me so appreciative. And I was like, that's just awful. And the husband's like, that's not the awful part. He vomits 5 to 6 times every single day in our house, in the car, in restaurants, in our friends' houses. Like, we never know when it's going to happen. And I was like, "I am so sorry." He's like, "Don't be sorry." Because after 2 weeks of wearing the patch, she scrolled in her phone and she said, "This is the first time that he's ever tasted food in his mouth." And he was sitting in his high chair eating. And I was just like, you know what? In that moment, I knew it was my social responsibility to share this with the world, to share it with as many people. Like, God gave me a platform, He gave me a network. And the reason he did that was because of this device that David Schmidt invented that is going to change humanity on so many levels. Like, I look at the people in life that have changed our life, the Bill Gates, the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk, the people that are inventing things and changing humanity and changing the way we think about it. And David, to me, is the Elon Musk of wellness. This guy is going to save humanity and help people live healthier lives. So, what I want to share with you tonight is the man, the myth, the legend that actually created this science and this device that is going to change your life and change many, many other people's lives. And I also want to just share with you how the device works, how the science works. And then, if you're just on here because you want to be a customer and get this device, I'm going to share with you how you do that. I'm also going to share how you can get it for free. And then if you want to understand how to become an affiliate in this business by just sharing this, like, I don't sell anything. I just share this with people. I share my story. I share other people's story. If you want to know how you can actually make money and create a business, create an LLC, have write-offs on your taxes, I'm going to share that as well at the very end. So I'm going to share with you now exactly who created this amazing product and how it works. So this is David Schmidt. He is the CEO, the inventor, the founder of this company. And I will tell you, I've been in the Fortune 50 companies and sat on boards for many, many years. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have 8 different businesses. And I will tell you, this business I am the most excited about because I feel like it has the ability to have the most impact on humanity. And so he invented this, and he's the founder of this, and he's also the CEO. And I remember asking when I first joined the company, is this the right guy to be running this company? Because most scientists and founders and, basically, geniuses that create things, he's like the Iron Man of our era. Honestly, like if you get to know this guy, he's got a crazy brain. Is he the right guy to be running the company? And after meeting him and spending some time around him, he is definitely the right person to be running this company. He has over 150 patents. This patent on the X39 stem cell patch took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring it to market. He was not going to bring this to market without having a patent on it. Not this groundbreaking technology because he wanted to be able to make claims. He wanted to be able to say that this product did this and have proof to back it up. Okay. So he started focusing on age reversal back in 2008 because he started researching stem cells. And what he found out is that aging is a disease that doesn't have to happen as aggressively, or we don't have to get diseases from the aging disease. And so what he figured out is that stem cells is the cause of all of it, or the lack thereof stem cells. And so he started doing that research and he developed this X39 patch and got the patent on the product. And basically, what the patent says is it is an embodiment as a result of elevating copper peptide. And I'm going to explain that whole process in a minute. But what this patch does is it elevates copper peptide in your body. And when you elevate copper peptide, it activates stem cells. Our stem cells, by the time we're 60 years old, 90% of them are dormant. And stem cells do a lot for us. They keep inflammation out of the body. They keep us from aging. They keep collagen in our skin. They allow us to recover. And so through that process, this patch also improves energy and elevates antioxidants, which antioxidants, you all know, the more antioxidants you have, prevents disease. And so all of that stuff happening now, and I'm making any claim saying it's going to prevent anything, but all of those things in conjunction is going to help you live a better, healthier life. So why did he create this X39 stem cell patch? Well, he started creating these patches 20 years ago. And he started with the Navy, with energy, because there was Navy SEALs driving one-man submarines underwater for 48 hours. Of course, they would get sleepy. These guys were drinking energy drinks. These guys were doing coffee, anything they could do to stay awake. And so the Navy came to him and said, can you create something that is not, people aren't putting chemicals into their body to stay awake? And so he started with the Navy. But this stem cell activation patch, when he did all the research, what he figured out is between the age of 0 and 30. So when you're born, your stem cells are starting to go dormant as you get older. By the time you're 30, 50% of your stem cells are dormant. Between the age of 30 and 60, 90% of your stem cells are dormant. 90%. And so they're just dormant. They're still there. They're just not working like they used to. So how does the X39 patch work with the stem cells? Well, it's a proprietary form of photolight therapy. Our bodies are made of light and heat. So if you have night vision goggles and someone had 4 layers of clothes, you could see them at night because our bodies project light and heat. And so the patented nanocrystal technology on the patch that I showed you reflects that light back into your body, then waking up those copper peptides, elevating those copper peptides, which is stimulating your stem cells. This patch is non-invasive. There's nothing going into your body. It's non-transdermal. Nothing is transmitting in or out. That's why it doesn't have to be FDA approved, which in this day and age, I don't know if I trust the FDA. There's a lot of food in the supermarket that says it's FDA approved, and it shouldn't be. It reflects light to activate. So it contains no drugs, no chemicals, or no stimulants. There's nothing going in your body. You're just using your own body's resources to activate your stem cells. It's completely 100% holistic. So what are the benefits of the X39? I have noticed all of these over time. I will tell you this. I've been working out my whole life. When I was 45, going to the gym, I noticed it wasn't as comfortable for me to push weight. It didn't hurt, but it just didn't feel good. And so what I've noticed is an increased strength. I don't have that feeling anymore. I'm stronger. I'm 51 years old. By the time you're 40, you're starting to lose testosterone, you're starting to lose muscle. Like this whole process happens for a man, just like for a woman with osteoporosis and losing muscle. That this patch has helped me be able to get in the gym and actually work out like I used to when I was 30. Reduced inflammation. I used to have inflammation in my gut. I don't have that anymore. Increased stamina, energy, and vitality. I told you by the third day, I noticed this just surge. I don't even drink coffee anymore. I stopped drinking coffee 8 months ago. I don't do any caffeine in my body. The only thing I drink is water. That is it. I don't drink anything else. I don't drink alcohol. I never have. I don't judge people that do. I just don't put it into my body. Also, the mental clarity. My wife noticed this. I was very forgetful. She was concerned. She told me I needed to go to the doctor because I would forget my keys, my wallet, my phone, to lock the door. Like I was forgetful. And I tried to ignore it. But literally, after being on this patch for 2 months, all that changed. Restored muscle. The biggest one that I've noticed is improvement of sleep. So I track and measure everything I do with this thing called Whoop. I've had it for 5 years. And I'm a big believer in what you track and measure, you can affect and change. And what I noticed with my sleep after wearing the X39 for a couple months is my sleep increased 32%. And when I'm talking about 32%, I'm talking about deep and REM. And if you understand anything about deep and REM sleep, deep is the first half of the night, and that's your body recovery. So most of your deep sleep happens within the first 4 hours of sleep. REM sleep happens in the next 4 hours of sleep. We do have sleep cycles, deep, REM, awake, deep, REM, awake, but majority of the REM is in the last portion of the night. That's increased 32% where it used to be. I used to sleep around 2:15 to 2.5. I'm sleeping on an average 4 to 4:15 every single night with this patch. And then improved skin appearance, which at my age is important because we're starting to lose collagen in our skin. And my wife all the time is like, man, your skin looks amazing. So this was a topography done on a 77-year-old woman. Okay. Before she wore the patch, she had inflammation in the brain, which is very, very normal for an older person to have inflammation. Big cause of Alzheimer's, brain fog, forgetfulness. Like it just happens as we age, just a normal part of the aging process. But David said it's a disease. It doesn't have to happen as aggressively. After 3 weeks of being on the X39 patch, all of the inflammation in her brain was gone. And then 6 weeks after the X39, she had a complete turnaround and better brain coherence in her brain, meaning no brain fog, more alert, more smart, more fast with things. So, how are the long-term results for the X39? What are they? Well, then the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset in your body. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes better balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And within 6 months, your heart starts to reverse in age. Now, this is not an anti-aging product, okay? Anti-aging products are creams, Botox, surgery, all of those types of things. This is an age reversal product because you're waking up the stem cells and making things better, like your heart, your kidneys, your liver. It's increasing the stem cells to take care of your body like it used to when you were really young. So how do you wear the patch? You guys saw me pull it from off of here. I either wear it here or under my belly. But where David said you can wear it is wear it or stick it where it hurts. So if you have pain anywhere in your body or you have a problem anywhere in your body, put it there. 2 months ago, my wife and I, every other month, we go on a weekend staycation here in Miami just to have a couple days by herself. And she woke up Saturday morning and she had a really bad pain. And she's had some problems with her wrists over the last 5 years, carrying babies, holding babies. But she woke up with this pain. Maybe she slept on it. Whatever happened, she was like, "Oh my God, my wrist hurts so bad." And I was like, "Just put the X39 there." And she was like, "Babe, you think the X39 is gonna fix everything? Like, I don't think it's gonna fix my wrist." And I was like, "Just put it on your wrist and see." And so like we go to breakfast, come back to the room, and she was like, "I hate you." And I was like, "Babe, what do you mean you hate me?" She's like, "You were right." She was like, "Look," and she started moving her wrists around, and she was like, "I cannot believe the pain that I was in 30 minutes ago, and I put this patch on, and it's better just like that." So you can wear it anywhere on your body. You're gonna discard it every day. You're gonna take it off. What I do every day is I take it off and I put it on my dog's collar, and he wears it at night. Dogs can wear the patch. It's great for them too. They have stem cells. It's a great device for them as well. And then in the morning, I put another one on. The key for this patch working is two things, okay? You got to be consistent with it. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And that's when you're awake. If you're awake during the day, you should wear it from 7 to 7 in the morning, 8 to 8 in the morning, 9 to 9. If you work at night, same thing. Wear it while you're awake. Okay. But it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and you got to be super consistent. The other really, really important thing with this patch is you have to drink at least half your body weight in ounces. Okay. What that means is if you weigh 140 pounds, you got to drink 70 ounces of water a day. That's like two of these from when you wake up until when you go to bed. Okay. The reason why is because your body is going to go through a detox. Okay. When you get rid of inflammation and you're detoxing stuff out of your body and your stem cells are going to work again, the only way it leaves your body is through urine, feces, breathing, and sweating. But if you do urine and sweat all the time and you don't have enough water, you're going to be dehydrated. And so your body is really, really smart. It's going to communicate with you and let you know something's off. If you're dehydrated, you're going to get a headache. Okay? So if you get a headache and or you feel sleepy, that just means you need to drink more water. So I told my wife this. I said, there's a good thing and there's a bad thing with this patch. The good thing is you got to drink a lot of water. The bad thing is you got to drink a lot of water. Water is great for your system, but it will make you feel amazing if you drink half of your body weight in ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, I weigh 215 pounds. I got to drink 110 ounces of water every single day. But I do the first one when I'm in the gym. When I get home from 12 to 3, I do another one. From 3 to 6, I do another one. I'm just sipping on it all day long. But it's really, really important for you to drink plenty of water. This is about the company. I like to talk about the company and who they are. David Schmidt created this company 20 years ago when he started working with the Navy. All right. They are the fastest growing company in the world right now. This device is growing like crazy. They were doing $20 million a year for 17 years. And after he created this patch, it's gone crazy around the world. It's in 80 different countries. They did $600 million last year and projecting that they're going to do $1 billion this year. The coolest thing I like about it, being an affiliate with this company, is it's a patented product. What that means is it's not a me too product. I'm not competing with anybody else. Right? If you're selling wellness, if you're selling supplements, if you're selling hair care or skin care, or you're competing with everybody, you're competing with Walmart and Target and Walgreens and CVS. This product only can get from one place, and that is someone that is an affiliate in a company. You can't, if you go online, you still got to buy it from an affiliate because they want to control where you're getting this product from. You can find it on Amazon or Walmart. I would highly, highly recommend not buying it from there because it's illegal. The company does not distribute through Amazon. It doesn't let anybody distribute through Amazon because they want it to go from factory to your hands. You have no idea if it's sitting in someone's hot garage, someone's hot car, and they're mailing it out to you. You want to buy it directly from the company. And on Amazon or Walmart, it's more expensive. So you want to buy it direct from the company because you know you're getting a good, clean product. This is just a couple more testimonials on a couple other people. This young lady had eczema, and after a month and 2 weeks, you could see how her hands cleared up. I don't know what eczema is like, but I've heard it's a nightmare. I've heard it's itchy. I heard it burns. I heard it's just not a good thing to have. But this lady's cleared up. This was my golf coach. Like me, complete pessimist. That's snake oil. That's not going to work. Finally, after like 2 months, I convinced him just put the patch on, wear it for like 10 days, a month, and then tell me. It's not going to do anything. Nothing's going in your body. What does it hurt? And he said, I didn't even know his back hurt. He didn't even tell me his back hurt. I just said, put it on for more energy. He's a professional golfer. He said, I put the patch on my lower back. It's been hurting for 2 months, and I woke up with almost no pain. And I had the deepest sleep in the last 20 years. And you can see, I said, I told you I would never bring anything to you that I did not believe in. And he said, and Dave, my father-in-law, told me last night his knee pain is gone, and I didn't believe him. And I called him. I was like, why didn't you believe him? He's like, well, I do believe him now because for the first time in 5 years, he walked to my house from the guest house and asked me for another patch. And I was like, you're walking. Like you walked all the way over here. They used to take him his food and do everything. He's like, yeah, my knee feels amazing. Can I get another one of those patches? This was a guy that was diagnosed with a fatal brain condition and no time to live. And after 2 months of being on these patches, he was sent to a neurologist because his doctor felt he may have misdiagnosed him. Didn't have it anymore. And this is an 84-year-old lady that had type 1 diabetic congestive heart failure. You can see her legs on the right compared to her legs after putting this patch on, how it helped with the inflammation. how it helped with, everything that she had going on in her body, being a diabetic, which is terrible. My grandfather was diabetic and had to get his legs removed. So at this point, what I want to tell you as a customer, if you want to just become a customer, there's three ways you can become a customer. Okay. If you want to buy the patch retail, you can get it $149. There's no commitment whatsoever, and we'll send it out to you. But nobody really does that because you could buy it wholesale for $99 a month. Now, there's two options to get it wholesale. You can buy it as a preferred plus customer, and you'll pay $19.99 plus $99, and you sign up for an auto ship. Okay. You can cancel the auto ship anytime you want. But you could get $19.99 and $99 a month. You're going to get the X39, and they're going to send you some sample patches of all the other patches that they've had in the past. You could try different patches for the $19.99. Okay, for 6 months, you're going to get those patches. Or you could just become a preferred customer, and you sign up for $99.95 a month with an auto ship, and you're getting them for $3 a day. Those are the three ways that you could become a customer in the business. And if that's what you're interested in, then just the person that invited you to this call, just reach out to them and say, hey, I want to become a customer. And they're going to send you the link, and you can decide if you want to be retail, preferred plus, or preferred. It'll break it down for you exactly those options. But I want you to hang on for 1 second because the way this comp plan works, the affiliate program, when you come in, because it's a binary affiliate program, when other people come into the business, if you think that you might want to share this in the future because it's going to have a major transformation, because it will. And if you want to share this with other people and make money from it, I would recommend signing up for our core package, which I'm about to go over, because it's going to give you a place in our binary plan, which means in 6 months from now, if you decide you want to start sharing this with people, you're going to have a bunch of people below you that you're going to get credit for their volume and make money from. Okay. But if you're like, you know what, listen, I just want to be a customer, cool. Ask the person that invited you to this call for the link. They'll share the link with you and you can become a customer. Okay. We'll still answer any of your questions. You'll still be a part of our family. Okay. So if you want to become an affiliate, I want to talk about how that works and how you get compensated. But first, I want to turn my air conditioner down because my wife loves to turn it up while I'm on calls and make me sweat. So if you want to become an affiliate, there's 4 ways that you make money. Okay. If someone wants just to sign up as a customer, if they want to sign up as a retail customer, they're going to pay that $149 and you're going to get a $50 commission every single time they buy under that retail price. Right. So if they just say, I don't want auto ship, I'm just going to pay, which they're going to become an auto ship customer because they're going to want this for life. Okay. If they sign up as a preferred or a preferred plus customer, then you get a $20 commission every single month that they get an auto ship or they sign up. Okay. That's one way that you get paid in this comp plan. If you have people sign up as an affiliate in the program, which there's 3 ways that you can become an affiliate. Now, when you become an affiliate, you automatically own a business, right? I started mine in my name and then I created an LLC because if I go to lunch with somebody, if I travel and talk to somebody, gas in my car, all of that, when you have an LLC, you can write all this off. It's a legit business. You can write off your home office according to the square footage that you have. This is a legit business. You see on the bottom of the screen, it says Wellness Revolution. That's our team name. That's my business name. That's how I run everything through it. But there's 3 ways you can start a business. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. I've started a lot of businesses. Every business I've ever started has cost me at least $250,000 or more to start that business. And it's taken me 5 to 7 years to break even, to start even making money. You could start a business today being affiliate with this company for $295. And that's going to give you 3 packs of 30 patches. Okay. It's not like you're paying $295 to start a business. You're paying for patches that you're going to use or share with other people. And that's $295. Okay. If you want to get the advanced package, which is 6 packs of 30, that's $535. You're like, why would I want 6 packs? Well, listen, if you're going to be an affiliate, the best thing you can do is share this device, right? So I always have envelopes with 10 in it. And when I talk to somebody about it, I patch them and then they have a transformation and they're like, yes, I want to do this, right? It's the fastest way to get people to understand what this patch does because talk is cheap. But when you put a patch on somebody and they're like, oh my God, This is crazy. I feel amazing. The pain in my body is gone. All the things that happen with this patch, that's one of the reasons you would buy it in advance. Myself personally, I signed up as a premium because I wanted inventory because I knew I was going to share this with as many people as I possibly can. And that is you get 20 packs of 30 for 1750. So the most expensive is 1750 to start a business, and there's no overhead. This is all cash that comes into your business. You don't have employees. You don't have to warehouse to store this stuff. You don't have to have a website. You don't have to have a distribution company. You don't have to have a fulfillment center. All of this is taken care of for you. But this is your business, okay? So if someone signs up as a core, then you make 35 bucks every time a core signs up. Now, understand, this is a one-time fee. This is not every month. You 295, 535, 1750. And if you come in as a core and you want to upgrade and get the six pack, you just pay the difference. Simple, right? It's a one-time thing. If someone signs up with an advanced pack, you make 75 bucks. If someone signs up with a premium pack, you make $405, okay? But that's a one time when they sign up. It's not a multiple time that you're making money. Customers, every time they buy every month, you're getting that $20 commission every single time they buy, okay? So this is a binary system, okay? What that means is you have two legs, right? A unilevel system means you go really wide and deep, and it could go as wide as you want and as deep as you want, but it's a lot more complicated to build that system. Like I was telling you earlier, if you hung on here, you think you were going to be a customer, but you want to go into this, the way this binary works is when you sign up, whoever you sign up under, and then when they bring people in and the people above them bring people in, all of those people go under you because there's only two legs and you get credit for their volume. It's a beautiful, beautiful comp plan. I've not seen anything like it. The company pays like 60% commission. So 60% of its revenue goes out to the affiliates in this company. So the third way that you make money is what's called a cycle bonus. Okay. And the way the cycle bonus works is this. You have, like I told you, you have two legs. Okay. One leg is called a power leg. The only thing that that means is that's where there's more volume. So the leg that has the most volume on it. And then you have what's called a profit leg. And that's the leg that you have the least amount of volume on. Okay. So you have to have at least 330 of volume on one leg. It could be your right, could be your left, and 660 on the other leg. And that's considered a cycle. And when you have a cycle, 330, 660, you get $50 for every single one of those that you have in your organization. Okay. So let's just take, let's say you want to make $1,000 in a week. Okay. So you're going to take 1,000 divided by 50. How many cycles is that? It's 20. Okay. So it's 20 cycles. So in order for me to make $1,000 on my profit leg, I would need to have $6,600 in volume. And I would have to have 13,000 in volume on the other. Now remember, this is not all your volume. This is other people bringing people in the business. And that's how you make $1,000 a week. I'm going to show you my volume in a minute. Okay. I've been doing this for 7 months. It's a snowball. It just takes off and it just keeps going. Okay. Not to confuse you. I just wanted to share that with you, examples of what that means. Okay. So on this cycle bonus, when you're a manager in this affiliate program, you can make up to $1,500 per week. The comp plan pays every single week. And at the top SPD, it took me 7 weeks to get there. You can make $25,000 per week. My volume is not there yet. I'm still growing my volume, but this is how much you can make every single week. But even as a manager, $1,500 a week is $6,000 a month is $72,000 a year. Now let's just say you make $1,000 a week. That's $4,000. That's $48,000 a year on a side hustle, something that you're just sharing in your everyday life. The fourth way that you can make money is what's called generation bonuses. And this is very simple, so don't complicate it, okay? Generation bonuses are off people that you bring directly in the business. So let's just say Pedro was your cousin, okay? And you brought Pedro in the business, and Pedro made $1,000 this week. Well, you get paid 25% of everything that Pedro makes. So you get paid $250, okay? Let's say your cousin Pedro brought in his coworker Maria, and Maria made $1,000 this week. Well, you would make 200 because you get 20% of everything that she makes. Well, let's say Maria brought her brother in, Jose, and Jose made 500 bucks. You get 20% of everything that Jose made, so you get $100. So I'll break this down even further for you, okay? My upline, and this is not the results of everyone, but my upline brought in 107 people. He's been in the business almost 3 years. That's about an average of a person every other week, okay? Into the business over 3 years. Now, I know 3 years sounds like a long time, but he's making $65,000 a week off of this business, off of 107 people that he brought in the business. But the way it works is let's say level one, he brought in 107. Let's just say baseline. Those 107 people only brought 10 people in, not 100. They brought in 10% of what he brought in 3 years. That 107 now becomes 1,007. Okay? So now you're making 20% off of 1,007 people that are in the business. Let's say that 1,007 people, they only bring in 10% of what, excuse me, Mike brought in. So that 1,007 now becomes 10,007. So now you have 11,014 people that you're bonusing on every single week. That's why this snowball is absolutely insane and why it's the best compensation out there. So what do you get by joining our team? You get an amazing product, not a Me Too product, not a product that's competing with anything else out there in the market because it's got a patent for 17 more years and nobody could come in and say that they have a product that does what our product does. That's amazing. That doesn't really exist. We have an amazing system. So this call that you guys are a part of tonight, you can invite people to this call every single week. We have a call on Tuesdays and a call on Thursdays every single week. We have training on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So when you join the business, we give you all the tools that you need to be successful and get your business started. Okay? The leadership, my upline, the people that are on my team, I have amazing leaders on my team that are going to help you build this business. You're not alone. We were in another company. We started, we had no leadership whatsoever. We learned a lot. We now have that system that you guys get to tap into. The compensation structure, you guys, is like nothing I've ever seen. I was in the insurance industry for 25 years. I thought that was the best compensation structure that ever existed until I found this business. That trumps that way, way and above. Now, don't think about this for very long because the longer you think about it, the more people that are going to be above you, which means if they're above you, you're not making money from them. And it's got a 30-day risk fair guarantee. There's no risk whatsoever. If in 3 weeks from now you're losing sleep at night, and you're like, you know what, I just don't think I want to do this. I don't think I don't think this thing works. The money will send you all your money back. The company will send every single penny back to you, no questions asked. That's because the product works. That's because this business model works. They're not afraid. If you want to just send the money back, there's going to be very few people that do it. That's why they put this 30-day risk guarantee out there. What I want to do really quick is I want to show you my compensation. I know when I came into this industry, I thought my wife was crazy. She was an actress, a very successful actress, and she told me she was going to do this business with another company. She didn't tell me she signed up, and then she told me after she signed up, and I was like, "You're crazy. You're going to ruin your reputation. Like that's not a good business." And then after 2 months, I saw what she was doing. I went to a conference, and she was like, "Oh, that girl makes 300,000 a year. That girl makes, 300,000 a month. That girl makes 400,000 a month." And I was like, "Bull crap. That's what they just say. That's what everyone says." And so she introduced me to him, and I asked bold questions. I went up to her and I was like, "I need to see your check because my wife said you make $300,000 a month. Can you show me?" And they pulled it out, and I was like, "Holy crap! This girl's 31 years old, making $400,000 a month." And so I met the ownership, I met the founder, and I started asking questions, and I just was like, "Okay, maybe I haven't talked to the right people in this business. Maybe I haven't been a part of the right team in this business." And so I jumped in and I started learning everything about this business with my wife. And so my thing is I like to be transparent. Now, what I'm going to show you guys, I'm not giving you any guarantees, right? It's going to depend on your hard work. It's going to depend on your energy that you put in this, who you talk to, your leadership, if you help them, if you're helping them bring people in the business, right? There's a lot of variables in this business. We're going to help you with all of that, but it's going to be dependent on what you do in this business. I'm not telling you that you're going to be a millionaire in 7 months. You could be. but you're going to have to put the work in. But I want to show you my compensation after 7 months of being in this business and what I'm doing, because I think the reason I'm in this business is because someone was willing to show me their compensation. Okay. So this is the last 6 weeks. And you can see the commissions are the first thing you see when you open your back office. You guys will see exactly the same thing that I'm seeing. This is my back office, the website that the company gives us. But on February 10th to February 16th, which is a week, I made 96.43 for the week. 17th to the 23rd, I made 12,250. February 24th to March 2nd, 12,362. March 3rd to March 9th, 12,472. Last week, March 10th to March 16th, I made 15,227. It's Thursday night. I have till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I have 3.5 days left. And this week already, I've made 84.50. That's my commissions. Okay. What I also want to show you is over here, this weak leg and strong leg. So if you were a little confused, I want to clarify that. Okay. So this is the right leg. That's my strong leg. It's got $1 million on it. That leg is running away. But also the reason it has $1 million is you never lose your volume. So if I don't get paid on it, it just goes to the next week. And I keep that volume. It never leaves. Okay. But this is my left leg. It's my weak leg, right? So I'm not, that leg is not building as fast as my right because my right just took off. So the one I get paid on is this one. So it's 18,926 so far this week, right? So what you're going to do with that number when you look in your back office is you're going to take that 18,926 and you're going to divide it by that 330 number because you get paid on your profit leg. So 330 is 57, okay? 57 times 50, and that's just so far this week, is 28.50. Okay. So if I look in my commissions, this is my commission statement, and I can look at all my money that's real time in my business. If I go down here and I look, and my cycle bonus is 28.50. Okay. My matching bonus that I told you about so far this week is 4,085. And this is the people that I've introduced to the business. My commission so far is 965. And then this is the customers in the business, it's 550. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you guys so that you could kind of see how this business works. Now, I have like 5 minutes to answer some questions. So Lola, if there's any questions in the chat, or if anybody wants to raise their hand, you can do that by going to the bottom and hitting the react button. If you're on your phone, there's a hamburger you can click on. You can raise your hand and I'll answer your question live here. If you are in the business already and you're here with somebody, leave this space for people that are interested in joining the business. We have plenty of calls Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday where you guys can ask those questions, but I'd rather just leave this for potentials that are thinking about either becoming a customer and or becoming an affiliate in the company. So if any of the people that are not currently in the business, if you have any questions, I would love to answer those questions for you. So you couldn't see my screen, Eduardo? Okay. Lola, any questions? I don't see anything.
No, no questions on this side.
Anybody have any questions before we go? Going once? Going twice? All right, guys, listen, I look forward to working with all of you. I want you guys to know this. Our biggest goal is to have community and connection. It looks like Claus has a question. Is to have community and connection. Okay. This is way more than just a business or way more than a patch. You guys see that on the screen, we have Wellness Revolution. What we're creating with this Wellness Revolution is educating society about the right food to eat, about the right exercise to do, about the right sleep pattern. So we want to help humanity. The patch helps a lot of people, but if you're doing the right thing in your life, it's going to help you even more. So we really, really, really appreciate every single person that showed up here tonight. And also we want to meet every single person. We want to help you guys build a business because we want you to help us change humanity. I truly believe this device will help people live to their 120 years old. When I found this, I asked my wife, I was like, you know what, if I live to 120, how old will my kids be? I was like, they'll be 80. And I was like, how cool would it be to sit across from my 80-year-old daughter and have a conversation and be able to live 80 years with her? Like, and I truly believe with the habits that we're going to teach you guys, and with this patch, we can all live a lot healthier and vibrant life. Now, I don't want to be 120 and have someone taking care of me. I'm talking about being healthy 120 years old, and I truly believe that's possible. So go ahead, Clark.
Hi, good night. Do we have these trainings in Spanish for Spanish speaking?
Yeah, but it's we have it, and now there's translation on every single call that we have. So on the bottom, there's interpretation. So I don't know if you got here on time, but every call we have is in Spanish and English.
Oh, okay. So about the compensation, I already in your team. So I saw my business page, and it said I am 82% for a manager goal. So, but I'm very lost about what
Okay,
I
Clark,
need to
do me
do.
a favor because we don't on this call we don't do questions like that. This is just for
Oh,
prospects. If you would, are you Evelyn? Did Evelyn sign you up?
no, I think I under Rachel.
Oh, you're under Rochelle. Okay. Yeah, maybe reach out to Rochelle and ask her the question or her assistant.
Oh,
Or I'm happy to help you, just not on this call because I want to leave this open for people that are joining the business.
yes, I
So
understand.
but I'm willing to help you, or you reach out to Lola. Lola, I know someone asked you uh I think someone asked a question in here. Maybe you answered it. That Lola's WhatsApp is in there. She can
Okay,
definitely help you with that.
thank you.
And help out with that. And I can as well. But sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to make sure the
Yeah,
people
I
that are
understand. Don't
the
worry.
process. All right. Anybody
Thank
else
you.
have any other questions? Okay, guys. Have a great night. I look forward to working with all of you. I hope that I can meet all of you guys. Good to see you, Kim and Ronald. I love seeing you guys on here. Have a great night.